And so there's really little evidence that these astronomical salaries that some CEOs are getting now of 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 million and even greater makes them work any harder or perform any better. We could get people who are just as good, who are working just as hard for $10 million. People seem to think that capitalism tells us that greed is good. And in fact, that's not what capitalism says. Capitalism doesn't say that greed is good. Excessive compensation, compensation purely for one's benefit, is not good. What capitalism says is that people need incentives to work their hardest. I think we should set a maximum wage for CEOs because there's no justification for paying more than is required to get people's maximum effort. Companies that pay more than this really aren't getting anything for their money. There doesn't seem to be a very high correlation between companies that are doing very, very well and companies that are paying exponential amounts of executive compensation. Sometimes those companies are doing well, but they're doing well simply because the market is doing well. It's not anything particular the CEO has done. The pay of standard or average workers or medium workers have been remarkably stagnant over the last 30 or 40 years. Someone who picks tomatoes today makes about what they did 30 years ago, and that's not even adjusted for inflation. For the very top of the income distribution, on the other hand, wages go up huge amounts. And statistics of this are mind-boggling. Top CEOs make much more than the average worker now than they used to, and that seems to be basically going up. My proposal is to start at 10 million, and the reason I picked 10 million is because if you're making 10 million, you're already well into the top 1/100th of 1% of the income distribution. If we're going to have a society where everybody feels they're valued, we can't have certain people making these exponential amounts of compensation. It's not true that we live in a society where there are supermen or superwomen. Everyone can contribute to society, and we need to recognize everyone's contribution. And that means not overcompensating people as well as not undercompensating people. It's two sides of the same coin. We've got to be concerned with both of them if we're going to put our society back together.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.